Alright, Shalom. I want to start off this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rukakwadash. I want to give double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. In grace and peace to you elect around the four winds, believing and pushing this truth in all sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. This is your fellow servant, Rokoyer from the Gms Orlando camp, coming at you with another impromptu lesson, another in transit. All right, now the title of this lesson is going to be Don't Let Others' Lack of Faith Dictate Yours. Others' lack of faith dictate. This is something I was meditating on, as I was sitting at the plantation today, listening to some of the lessons that were done by some of the brothers and some of the elders going into this recent heresy, uh, saying that we are currently in the new covenant. And when you have heresies like this, right, the main thing that comes to my mind is that these doctrines are stemming from a lack of faith. The reason why you have wayward doctrine, the reason why you have men going contrary to the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai is because they lack the faith, ultimately. You have men in the past who have said, but I ain't do no miracles. When you dig down into the crux of that heresy, it's because they lack faith. The faith to believe that Yahushua had the ability to perform miracles. You have some men that say that Jacob's trouble is not real, or that the mark of the beast is anything but the RFID microchip. It's white woman, it's embargoes, it's spiritual. And that all stems from a lack of faith. Their lack of faith in the truth. The fact of the matter. We the basis that to vindicate his in a very miraculous way, with chariots cracking the skies, men receiving spiritual power, men being able to, call forth fire, hold rain, amount the strength of King David or Samson, and even greater in these latter days. We read about men achieving these feats, and the manner of this world has polluted the spirit and the minds of these so-called leaders and teachers so much that these things that we read about seem impossible to them. So they come up with different doctrines and different heresies that make sense according to the flesh, that make sense according to the fashion of this world. And that's exactly what Yahushua came to do away with, man. Yahushua came to do away with our how we perceive this life. This life is we no longer perceive this life, as being dictated by death, being dictated by the rulers that be. This life is dictated by Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. And if the Lord sees fit, there are miraculous things that are going to happen within brothers' lives, man. And you can't let the lack of faith, that these so-called leaders and teachers have amongst the nation of Israel dictate how you abound in the spirit. The scripture saying, Hebrews the 4th chapter and the 2nd verse says, these things not being mixed with faith did not profit them. Everything that we read has to be mixed with faith. Everything that we learn, everything that we read through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, it has to be mixed with faith, bro. You have to believe it. And it's something I tell brothers all the time, the brothers under me. You have to believe what you're talking about. Don't just say something just to say it, just because, you may hear the elders say it all the time. You may hear different brothers say it all the time. So you say it. No, you say it because you know it. Say it because you believe it. And through the spirit, man, we teach and we preach what we know and what we believe. And we know that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, all right, is going to come through and uplift the standard for his men, for his elect, without a shadow of a doubt. We already see the fashion of this world passing away due to the prayers of the elect, according to prophecy. We already see prophecy playing out. We already see the hand of the Lord being revealed. We already see the power, that the Lord is already imparted within the hopeful elect. We already see it. So we teach these things because we know they're true. Guess we don't, at this point, it's not a thing of I think or it might or I guess. We know. We know Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai is real. We know Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai is the true and living power. We know Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai gave us sound doctrine. All right, sound teachers, leaders. All right, we understand. We know that we understand the will of the Heavenly Father. We know what our purpose is in this lifetime. We know. It's not a matter of guessing at this point. You have a lot of men amongst the nation of Israel preaching these faithless ass doctrines, and it's spreading like it's a bunch of bullshit, man, and it's spreading like wildfire, and it's supposed to be like this. Remember that. It's supposed to be like this. It's spreading like wildfire, and you can't let these leaders or these teachers or even the people that you may come across in this world dictate how you abound through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. There are a lot of faithless niggas in this world, man. There are a lot of faithless niggas in this world. And some of them call on Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. And that's just the harsh truth. A lot of niggas that lack faith in this world call on the name of the Lord. But they don't believe in the name of the Lord. They aren't truly convicted. And that's the point where the Lord is bringing us into now, to be convicted within our spirit. Romans the 15th chapter says, these things were written aforetime for our learning, that we through patience might receive hope, roughly paraphrasing. These things were written down for us to read and glean faith from. You're not supposed to just keep reading and reading and reading and reading and reading and never amount to a goddamn thing, man. That's not why the Lord gave us the scriptures, man. The Lord gave us the scriptures to read and to amount. To read, glean, apply. Read, glean, apply. Read, glean, apply. It's like a rinse and repeat cycle. As we read, we glean the faith. We glean the wisdom. We glean the understanding from the Bible, from the scriptures. And as we glean the understanding, we apply it. That's how the Lord, how the Lord intended, for these scriptures to affect our life, our journeys. And regarding the new covenant, man, I don't have the precepts with me right now, but it's only one that you need to go to, really, and it's Hebrews the 8th chapter. Hebrews the 8th chapter tells you all you need to know regarding the new covenant. All right, the Lord said that we would no longer teach each other once that new covenant is established. And lo and behold, we're still teaching Jake and the nations who the Lord is and who we are. So we can't be in the new covenant. Second of all, the laws aren't imparted within our inward parts. All right, we're still subject to death. The new covenant is the blueprint to immortality. It's something that we were explaining to Jake a couple of Saturdays ago. All right, the blueprint to immortality is to not sin, right? Because death entered into the world through sin. All right, and as we sin, we die. We die because we sin. So, with the new covenant being established within the inward parts of the nation of Israel, that would therefore alleviate death, because there would be no more sin within that nation, therefore making them immortal. And guess what? We still in these corruptible bodies. Brothers still have ailments in the flesh, ailments in the mind, ailments in the spirit. Brothers still catch hell. A lot of ways, man. That's another way to let you know we're not in the new covenant. But that doctrine, once again, when you really dig down deep, and you don't have to dig too deep, just dig about 12 inches. That's all you got to do. Get you a shovel, dig 12 inches into this doctrine, and it stems from a lack of fucking faith. That's all it is, man. Niggas are tired of teaching. Niggas are tired of going out in the highways and byways. So they tell you that you're in the new covenant. So that a nigga don't have to go teach no more. Nigga don't have to go out in the highways and byways no more. Everything is good. He can live his fucking life. That's why niggas come up with these bullshit ass doctrines. But it's supposed to be like this, pursuing the 1 Corinthians, the 19th, 1 Corinthians 1:19, 11 and 19. It's like you. It's supposed to be like this, man. So that those who are approved may be made manifest amongst the congregation. And as these different heresies come out, it's evident who our true teachers and leaders are. As you have men who are sincere, it's a Jake at the plantation, I very seldomly run into. And I ran into him a couple of weeks ago now, probably 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago. And, he was telling me how he's a Jake that watches all the camps, right? He watches ISUBK, IUIC, Watchmen for Israel, another camp down in Miami he was telling me about with all white. He very seldomly watches GMS. The only GMS video he'll sit down and watch is the brothers here in Orlando, which he said we going too long on our live streams on Saturday, so he'd be catching parts of it. Or he'll sit down and watch the Elder Menachah Zakba's video, because he loves the Elder Menachah Zakba. And he came to me, he caught me. He came to me the other day and was like, "Hey man, I'm starting to see what y'all brothers at GMS be talking about." I was like, "What you mean?" He was like, "Man, it seems like a lot of men aren't in it for the word." He was speaking about, that incident where IUIC went and congregated with those Muslims. And he was like, it seems like a lot of men just ain't in it for the word. It just seems like this is a gimmick. And I was like, I know, bro. This is what this is what brothers have been saying, and now it's starting to manifest. It's no surprise. It's no... Well, brothers have been saying this. Brothers have been saying how, you can tell a man by his fruit. You could tell what these different guys are about just by what they teach and how they treat their congregation. The majority of your Israelite groups have merchandise. What the fuck is that talking about? What the fuck is that? Why are we merchandise? Why are we making merch out of the Lord's word? Why are you monetizing the Lord's word? You have to paying for breakdowns, paying for life counseling and bullshit like that. What is this? Why is this going on? Why are these people doing this? You can't be. Sometimes you can't be so heavenly minded that earthly good. Use some common sense, man. I'm pretty sure some of you have ran across spiritual twist. God damn. Fuck, you can see these niggas from a mile away. Shit. You telling me that you gonna follow? Hey, listen, but to each his own, man. I ain't even gonna get too far deep into that. But you can't let others lack of faith dictate, how you abound in the truth. You're gonna run across plenty of Jakes who just lack the faith. Who just lack faith, whether they be in the truth or whether they be in the world. But you still have to, continue and abound through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, no matter the circumstance. And if it's a brother that you're amongst that lacks the faith, bear with him. Bear with him. He may not be on the same level as you just yet, You know, the Lord is working them up toward that point. You know, but man, Shalom to your Akim in the comment board. Shalom, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash Barakatham. Shalom, Shalom Damawaf. Yeah, man, they want an early retirement plan. That's facts, bro. Yeah, they trying to retire early, and there is no retiring early in the truth. It's either you gonna die in the truth, or the Lord gonna translate you. That's the only retirement plan we have here on this side. On this side of the spirit, your only retirement plan is dying in the truth or being translated. That's it. Those are your only two options. If you don't like those options, it'd be better for you that you don't even enter in, man. You know. But with that being said, that's all I had. Lord willing, instead of finding to elect, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakakwadash, and double honors to our apostles and elders of great millstone who rule well. Grace and peace to you elect around the four winds, believing and pushing in all sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. Shalom. Stay up.